Hello, it's Talking Transfers. It's Tuesday, it's John Gibbons. I'm here with Paul Gorst, as ever, in the Dovedale Towers, outside in the lovely sunshine, Paul. It's gorgeous in Liverpool.
It is. Makes a change, doesn't it? What are we on now? 25, 30, something like that. It's a great day to be in a beer garden and not stuck in the house with LFC TV on.
We are on the waters for now. We'll see if that sticks. But nice one for the W, obviously, for housing us again. And nice one for Liverpool to create some stories on a Tuesday morning. Make plenty to talk about. All happened pretty quickly. We'll talk about the things that are confirmed. First of all, Marko Grujic going to Porto. Obviously, he was on there on loan. Must have impressed a reasonable deal because they made it permanent for a decent amount of money.
Yeah, Liverpool initially wanted about 12 to 15 for Marko Grujic from Porto this summer. All the noise coming out of Porto was that they needed to sell one or two before the deal could kindly, come into place and get the ball rolling on it. But Liverpool ended up accepting 10.5 million, which when you think he's a player who signed for 5 million in 2016, Jurgen Klopp's first ever signing. Never really looked like he was going to get anywhere near the first team, did it? I think his last Premier League appearance was in December of 2017, which was before Virgil van Dijk joined, and I think Philippe Coutinho was man of the match that day at Brighton. So it tells you that he was, for all the talk of needing a Gini Wijnaldum replacement and Liverpool being linked with midfielders, the fact that he was never seriously talked about as a replacement for him probably tells you that the writing was on the wall for him. Everyone at Porto was massively impressed with him. I think he played 39 times last season. Someone was showing me last week from the Porto side of things, just it's like a massive tactical detailed breakdown of why he was so impressive for them last season, and they were at pains to state how much kind of Sergio Conceição had given him in terms of freedom as a footballer, and he was allowed to play the most he's ever played in a professional season. So they were massively impressed with him and wanted him back, and they've finally been able to do it. So 10.5 million for Liverpool for a player, as you say, he was never really going to make a big splash at Liverpool is probably a very good deal for them.
He played more than the next film I'm going to talk about, which is Taiwo. I've been going very first name on him because, we haven't really been able to get to know him at all. We signed for Liverpool a few years ago. There's been obviously work permit issues, which they would have known about up front, but he's been on loan here, there and everywhere. And first of all, pleased for him that he's now got a contract somewhere where he knows, that they want him sort of in the next few years. But also the talk of £6.5 million is more than I think most people would have expected to get for him.
Yeah, again, it's just the way Liverpool work, isn't it? It's very much a long-term thinking with these types of players. They signed Taiwo a 1 year, is that how I was saying it, for £300,000 from Imperial Soccer Academy in Nigeria, and they're selling them for 6.5 million without him ever, barely even trained with them, did he? Let alone get anywhere near the first team. So I think this is kind of the way Liverpool have to work in the transfer market, just boxing clever. We know that they can't compete with Manchester City or Man United or Chelsea, PSG certainly, Real Madrid, Barcelona, whoever you want to name. Liverpool haven't quite got those types of funds, have they? So players like Awoniyi and Grujic are very much part of the thinking in terms of bringing them in when they're young, seeing if they've got the ability and the mindset to cut it at the club, and if not, loan spells elsewhere will generate interest and generate value, and they can move them on. So it's not kind of an overnight way of working. It's taken Grujic 6 years, a 1 year, 5 years or whatever it is, and Liverpool are making a tidy profit on both, aren't they? So both players brought in for under 6 million, they're leaving for 17.5 million, and that is kind of testament to how Michael Edwards and his team operate. And it's not something that it's not something that they can click their fingers at and bring in the funds that way. But these players are long-term projects, and they do ultimately bring in some money.
And 10% of the next signing as well, I noticed on both of the deals, which is something we've talked about before that Liverpool try and do. So who knows? The profit made on these could be even more in the future. Yeah,
certainly with Grujic. We think he played 39 times for the biggest club in Portugal last year. He was Liverpool were inundated plainly with inquiries after he played against Juventus in the Champions League in March, and certainly he's young enough. I think he's 24, 25. He's young enough to establish himself a bit more as a senior figure in Portuguese football, and then who knows where that might lead. It could lead to interest from bigger clubs up the food chain, and that will ultimately leave Liverpool with money in the back pocket.
Hello Reds, thanks for watching a preview of our video there. If you want to watch the full thing, just click join below and you'll get the full video as well as the rest of our premium package, including all you need before and after every Liverpool game. We'll throw in a few perks too, including discounts at the Anfield Wrap shop. Get it! So click join, get involved, see you on the other side. Up the Reds.